What's going on, everyone? This is Ryan, health fitness professional with the Cardinal Health site in Mansfield, Massachusetts. In today's video, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be all about planking. Now, this is not going to be a 5-minute hold for a plank. We're going to do about 45-second intervals from one planking type exercise to the next, and it's all going to add up to 5 minutes. Because this is going to be all about planking, I want to make sure that everyone is warmed up properly, so feel free to do some bridges on your own. Walking on the treadmill just to get the blood pumping will work as well. If you are having trouble at any point during the plank exercise, feel free to place your knees on the floor. This will help ease off the pressure for both your core and your lower back if you're feeling any negative sensations in those areas. With all that said, go ahead and give yourself a 3 to 5 minute warm up, and I'll see you for the first plank exercise. Alright, so the first exercise we're going to do is called leg raises. For this position, you want to be on your elbows. Keep your head and spine in neutral position as you lift one leg up as high as you can, squeezing the glutes and alternating legs one at a time. Do your best to keep your back parallel to the floor. That can be really difficult, especially when you start getting tired. You'll notice that your hips will start to rise farther from the floor to ease off on the intensity you feel in your core. If at any point you're starting to feel tired, you can do this exercise on your hands and knees. For those of you on your hands and knees, you want to make sure that you keep your hips forward, squeeze the glutes as you lift one leg, and engage your core as much as you can. Alright, next up we're going to do what's called a plank and reach. For this one, you do want to plank on your hands. As you reach up to the ceiling with one arm at a time, you do want to squeeze your back. Keep your eyes on your hands as you reach for the ceiling. If at any point you're feeling soreness in the wrist or the shoulder, it's okay for you to take a quick break, swing out your arms, and then go back into position for this exercise. For those of you looking for more of a challenge in this exercise, you can grab a couple of dumbbells and reach up to the sky with dumbbell in hand. Alright, next up we're going to go back to planking on our elbows and perform some side steps. As I said in the first exercise, be mindful of your hips. They'll tend to rise up as we get tired, wanting to ease off on the core. We want to avoid that as much as possible, so keep that core engaged by keeping the hips low to the ground. If you do end up growing tired and you feel like you have no choice but to lift your hips up, that is your cue to put your knees on the floor. You can do this exercise with your knees on the floor. Be mindful of your neck as well. You want that to be in neutral alignment. Best way to do that is to keep your eyes on your hands or the floor. Okay, next up is what's called spider steps. This is yet another exercise we want to do with our hands on the floor. For this exercise, you want to make sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. As for your legs, you can swing them out to the side and bring them as far as the outside of your hands. I'm only going about halfway here myself. As I've said for most of the exercises already, if you are getting tired at any point, you can do this one with your knees on the floor. And as for you looking for more of a challenge, you can take this exercise out and replace it with burpees. Alright, next up was what I'd like to call side-to-side push-ups. This is where I'm going to take full advantage of the placement of my mat. I'm going to start in the initial plank position with all hands and feet on the mat. And as I move to the left or right side, getting ready for the push-up, I'm going to move one arm and leg off the mat. This exercise in particular has multiple benefits for the plank workout. Not only are we still engaging the core, but we are also including balance as we're moving side to side. And obviously we're including the chest for the push-up. Be mindful of your shoulders. I don't want anyone to do any shrugging during the push-up. I also want to challenge most of you to keep a slight pinch in the shoulder blades for the entirety of the exercise, both for the push-up and the plank. Next up, we have a slightly faster paced exercise known as mountain climbers. We're still continuing to do planks with our hands on the floor. However, if you need to ease off at any point on this one, if you need to make it a little bit lighter intensity, I recommend you plank with your hands on a stool, chair, or your desk. As I've said in the previous exercises, I want you to be mindful of your hips. Make sure that they are low enough so that your back is parallel to the floor. Keep your hands directly under your shoulders and make sure you're going at a pace that's right for you, a little bit faster than the other exercises we've done previously. We're going to finish up today's 5-minute plank challenge with a low plank hold. Low plank meaning that we're going to plank with our elbows on the floor. Be very mindful of your back, especially for your lower back. As we are finishing up this 5-minute challenge, I'm sure most of us are tired at this point, so make sure that you're not hyperextending at the lower back, or in other words, make sure that you're not dipping down from the lower back. Keep the core tight as we finish in 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the 5-minute plank workout. So that's it for today, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I know 5 minutes of planking, even with different exercises to just get your body moving, can be very challenging. So be sure to give yourself plenty of breaks, ease off, and stay on your knees when you need to. Don't forget to check out our other playlists such as Garage Gains, Workout of the Week, Kettlebells, TRX. You can also check out the Cardinal Health Fitness Center website for other services we provide for you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always email us at the Cardinal Health Fitness Center inbox. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next workout.